like I said, 2 for the day. I promised 2 episodes for today. We have around 15 minutes, so let's do the best we can for these 15 minutes, okay? Again, another episode in the car. I am extremely annoyed by the fact that this thing is beeping. Not beeping, but it's... Oh, perfect. That was amazing. Fixed instantly. Topic for right now. There's no updates. If you want updates, just see episode 17, which was the previous episode to this one, because I just recorded it like, I don't know, 2 hours ago. I don't like the fact that this is aiming, I think. Okay. Okay, I'm about to go to Jiu-Jitsu now. My toes are hurting a lot, by the way. My toes are hurting. They really are, but it's all good in the hood. The topic for today, the topic for right now, not even today, is crackheads. And I have a couple of things to say about crackheads. The first observation regarding crackheads, for me at least, is, and the most important, is that crackheads to me, I don't identify, when I say the word crackhead, my head does not think of a black person at all. Like, at all. I think of a white, pasty guy, skin all fucked up, like he just left the fucking solarium, like he was at the sun for too long, like he aged 70 years in a 2-week period, that sort of thing. Addiction is not a cool thing. It's kind of funny to make jokes about, like everything is funny to joke about, but I'm not sure. I would love to know how this is in America, but crackheads, at least here in Portugal, and me personally, I don't identify crackheads with black people. I know that in America, because of the crack situation, I do think that perhaps crackheads and when people say crackhead, people might think of black people. I don't at all, really. I don't think we have a lot of crackhead black people here in Portugal. They are mostly white. They're mostly white. But whatever. But yeah, this is not sort of a disclaimer. I just wanted to sort of know and like understand how the word crackhead is in other countries. Because at least here in Portugal, this is the way it is. At least for me. Right? At least in my opinion, crackhead is very identifiable as a white addict. Right? A crackhead. So, what about crackheads? You know when you're like driving, you're like coming up on the highway, right? You're about to merge into the highway. You just came off like a random ass street and you're like doing this little curve, this little turn to come into the merge lane, into the highway. And there's usually just a random guy walking there, usually a crackhead. You know how those people look at you like you don't belong there? Like they aren't the ones walking in the fucking highway merge lane. You know what I mean? Am I saying something that has only ever happened to me? Because I think this has happened multiple times to me. This happened to me like 2 days ago. This wasn't the first time this has happened. Like, and crackheads always choose like the most nonchalant and the most out of pocket places to like be at. Like, again, like, why? I know why, but why are you walking on the highway? I actually don't know why. You know what? I don't know why, because you can get from point A to point B without having to go on the highway, which is extremely dangerous for yourself, buddy, pal. Extremely dangerous. I don't think I've ever walked on a highway. It doesn't seem like a fun hang. It seems scary as fuck. But something that I haven't really noticed with these crackheads and people who are like drug addicts and people who are suffering from these sort of addictions, they are rarely, we don't see them much in the wild, like high. At least I feel so. I think so. You know what I mean? I feel like whenever you actually get to see them in the wilds, they are sober. The only times you actually get to see these crackheads, they're sober. Because when they're high, maybe the drugs that they can, I don't know much about crack, heroin, these sort of drugs. I don't know how long these highs last, and perhaps when you do them, you don't want to, you can't move, you can't leave, you can't do anything. So you just end up staying wherever you are. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, because for example, this guy on the highway, perhaps he was high as fuck, hence being on the highway and walking on the highway, but I don't know. Like being a high to a certain degree seems extremely dangerous. Like you're a danger to yourself. Like why are you walking on the highway? But the funny thing about the whole situation was that this crackhead was just like, he was looking at me in the car and the car itself as if I'm the one who's in the wrong here, as if I'm the one that shouldn't be on the highway, as if I'm the one walking on the highway, is as if there's like hundreds of other people walking on the highway, and it's just isn't him that's in the wrong on the highway. You know what I mean? I think there's a funny little bit about crackheads thinking they're in the right in multiple behaviors that they have. So for example, you know when you have like a crackhead that's sleeping in the stairs of your like apartment, of your building, you know what I mean? Bro, okay, I'm not gonna record this, but a couple or whatever literally just, they saw me, by the way. They just parked right in front of me and they are in the most insane makeout sesh of all time. Like, this is what I was telling you the other day about the human species. We are fucking retarded, man. We are fucking stupid, bro. Okay? We don't make sense. What the fuck is this? Why am I getting a live porn show right now? You know what I mean? Like, why is this happening? I'm extremely like, I think I'm gonna just look at them. You know what I mean? I'm sort of in the whole mood of just straight up deadlocking them. Dead eye. You know what I mean? Have you played Red Dead Redemption? Dead Eye? Oh, no, that's not from Red Dead Redemption. Is it? Whatever. And by the way, she looks like she's his mother. By the way, when I saw them two, I thought this was a mother coming to leave her child in school. By the way. Anyways. Okay, this just completely messed up my whole flow. I was going bar for bar on these crackheads and these guys. Now they're looking at each other like they just committed a massive mistake, which is definitely what just ended up happening, because mother and son making out with each other doesn't seem legal, doesn't even seem to be something that should be a reality. It doesn't even seem like something that should have been happening right in front of my fucking eyes. You know what I mean? Insanity, bro. In fucking sanity. Then he's using his little fucking Harry Potter brush dress. Oh my god, they're making out again. Oh my god. I think these people are trying to make me horny, y'all. Anyways. I can't fucking focus right now. Should I honk? I'm thinking of honking. Just to see if they stop. Anyways. Oh my god. Bro, the humans... Bro, I'm gonna put on my sunglasses and just close my eyes. Whatever. But yeah, for example, you know when crackheads are like sleeping in front of your building at the door? I know these people, I feel for these people, but I'm making fun of them, but I feel for these people. Like, I don't like, it's not that I don't like seeing them sleeping in front of my building or at the door of my building. It's more of, you know what I mean? It's messed up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up that these people have to sleep on the street. Like, it's cold as fuck outside. It's not it's raining, it's not cool to be on the street. But I do find it funny when they know they shouldn't be there. Not that they shouldn't be there, that's kind of a harsh way, but I'm trying to find the funny angle here, by the way. Okay, I'm not trying to go on a rant about that, on the fact that crackheads are evil people. They're not evil people. They're just people with addiction. There's obviously evil crackheads. There was years ago when I was in high school, there was this crackhead in Avenida da Liberdade, which is one of the most famous streets of Lisbon, like the rich street, like avenue we have in Lisbon. There was a crackhead there. There was just running around and not injecting, but had a syringe. And he was just injecting people with random things. I don't know if he ever like injected anyone with anything, but there was people in my high school. You see this fucking bozo that just went past me? He was the one making out. Shout out to him, brother. Shout out to him. But this random crackhead was just running around the avenue and just trying to inject people with this syringe. Scary fucking hours, brother. Scary fucking hours. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I just think it's funny because you'll tell these crackheads that, brother, you can't be here. Like, I get your situation's fucked up, but you can't be here. And they'll always look at you like, come on, bro. Like you're in the wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of person to say to them that they shouldn't be there. I'm just gonna be like, brother, can you let me go through, please? Is that okay? But I like the fact that they always look at you like you're the one in the wrong, right? What else do these people sometimes do? What's been happening, at least here in Lisbon, is that we've been getting like, for example, Martim Muniz, bro. I went to Martim Muniz the other day. Oh my days, fam. Like I had never seen people do hard drugs on the street. I think I had seen, but not as up close and personal, because I was walking there. Like I was going from a gig to another one, and I had to go through Martim Muniz. Bro, there's just people injecting themselves in between cars that are parked, you know? That was weird to see. It's kind of nasty. I don't think nasty is the right word. I think disturbing is a better word, because it's like, holy shit, there's actual people like getting like. And it's scary seeing someone with a fucking syringe, by the way. It's not this person. This is not a fucking doctor. This is not a nurse. This is not a person that should be handling syringes out in the fucking open. You know what I mean? It's kind of scary. I hate syringes, bro. Syringes, don't get me started on syringes. But I do think that there should be more places. You know what? There should be more places for crackheads to at least, in the minimum, shower, bro. Because I what sometimes to shower and get better clothes. Because I think a massive turnoff for people with crackheads and people who are just in horrible situations in their lives is the smell and the looks. I might even add that nowadays, most societies are pretty progressive. I think there's obviously, for example, racism and stuff like that. Totally, I'm not making the argument that racism is an old man saying, an old man doing. There's obviously fucking racism nowadays more than probably a couple of years ago. But I do think that nowadays people are more. I'm gonna speak from my perspective. I'm more afraid of a guy who just looks like shit, who smells like shit, than if he's. So, for example, you know how people who look at Afghanistan people, Afghans, and think these are terrorists. Brother, if you're an Afghan, but it seems like you are. Like you treat yourself, like you shower, you bathe yourself, that you smell good, that you take care of yourself. You know what I mean? But if I look at a fucking white guy, that, like I told you at the beginning of the video, oh my God, what the fuck is this holy shit, that's a scary ass insect. He's gonna come in. Oh my fucking, whatever. If he comes in, I'll handle with him. I'm an apex predator. So I was saying, if a white guy, any fucking color skin, any fucking ethnicity, nationality, doesn't matter. If you pull up to me looking like you just came out of, looking like you're one of those zombies from The Walking Dead, doesn't matter what fucking nationality, ethnicity, color skin you have. I'm going to the other side of the road, because I'm not taking chances of you taking a fucking bite of me. You know what I mean? I think fashion, I think being unfashionable, I think being shitty at fashion, I think looking like shit nowadays is a way bigger turn off for people. Oh, no, not a turn off. Okay, I'm not finding the best words to describe what I'm trying to say, but looking like shit, and I'm not talking about a guy that just came out of a fashion show and is covered in plastic. I'm talking about people who have, unfortunately, cannot have better clothes, and it's all just ripped apart. Everything is completely ripped to shreds. They're wearing a shirt and have one button at the bottom that's tucked in, and it's not even parallel to the shirt, so the shirt is like this. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I was saying that a bath, better clothes, I think that would make a massive difference in the way that we look at these people. Because I suffer from this, brother. If I see a crackhead that's looking like shit, smelling like shit, I'm going to the other side of the road. It doesn't fucking matter if you're from Mars, if you're from the Vatican. Bro, if you're the Pope, I see you, I recognize you as the Pope, but you're acting like a crackhead, dressed like a crackhead, smelling like a fucking crackhead, I'm going to the other side of the road. I don't care. And I think a lot of people nowadays do that. It's not necessary. What might be happening is that wherever you're from, it may be that mainly black people are crackheads. And that can be an issue. I don't even know. Is crackhead like, this is not a fucking slur. What am I thinking? Whatever. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, right? I think that's the most, like, important thing. Oh, it's Luis, I need to go to practice. But I don't think we developed our topic as well as I wanted. So I'll go to practice now as well, because I completely forgot that I had to. So, bye.